What's up, guys? My name is Dave, and today I'm going to show you how to play Tennessee Jed. It's a tricky tune, but I want to get right into it, and we'll talk about all the different parts and the orientation of the parts, which is what makes this song a little bit tricky. So let's get started. I got Europe 72 teed up, legendary version of Tennessee Jed. My version, when I think of this song, this is the version. So I thought I would use it for a reference. Yeah, Europe 72 live at Olympia, Paris, March, April, May 3rd, 1972. Here we go. So you start with a G to C. And then the whole lick, the groove is in C. And then you do the C to G. Right out of the gate. So this little rhythm is what screwed me up, or it just made it where like I couldn't pin it down. So anyhow, let's get right into it. So just playing, sorry, I think my mic. Just playing kind of root notes, basic. So the rhythm goes 2, 3, and then it goes. It does that twice. And then it does and it starts over. So to me, that like and whatever that is, like I'm an idiot when it comes to understanding any of this stuff. I'm just trying to teach you how to play it. Disclaimer, this is not a Phil Lesh bass lesson. We're just trying to, for those of you, my bros, I got a gig coming up on the 4th of July. And so I had to figure this out. It's on the list. So this is a pretty casual, lesson. But I'm basically, I got to learn a ton of stuff. So I learned this to where it makes sense to me, and so I'm going to give you the broad strokes, and at the very least, you'll know how to play the song. Like, I don't know if, this and that, if you want to get finicky, I'm not the guy. So knowing that, though, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, no. You do that twice, boom, and then you do it like a halftime, and then you start over. Okay, that's the core of the thing, and that's what I call the ditty, which they play, because he'll do like a little half solo thing. Well, they play this ditty in that rhythm. When they go to the solo at the end, they don't play that rhythm. You know what I mean? They don't add that little extra at the end, which can, if you're not paying attention. So let's go. The verse starts. Let's take it from the top, shall we? I knew it was going to go like this. So, watch. And it starts over. That was one like round, one cycle. And then pro tip, and this is just like you're getting this hot off the press because I just figured this out a few days ago. And it's so he's using what I would think is like C mixolydian because you got your C here to grab, especially at the beginning. He grabs that G and he'll boom, 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 use that kind of a vibe. And then you have the G here, G mixo, 3-5, 2-3-5, 2-3-5. And then you also have the G here. 8-10, 7-8, 10, 7-8, 10, 12. Nevertheless. So we have our C here and we have our C here. We have a C here, but we're not going to use that much. So what happens is I started hearing all these, he's playing these cool like chord tones and these neat fills. And so right away I'm like, oh, And so I would start learning his fills and stuff, and then you get sidetracked to the rhythm that you're supposed to be following along to, which is the tempo. You know, so it's good to know that right out of the gate. And so you have the CG thing here, but then I think he's going to this C here, and then mainly C, G, and C. So the 1, what is that? 2, 4, 5, and the octave, and then those fills that he uses are so this is 8 and 10, your C octave. Those are those little because the very intro, which is legendary. Like if you were to play this song, everybody knows the Europe 72, or at least, you know. I mean, I'm 47, right? So a lot of my friends, they're heads that have listened to this shit for a long, long time. And so when I'll play fills from, like, you know, important versions, and you can see it in their face, you know, we're like, wow. So it's cool to do this. So let's go back to, and just to highlight those notes. Okay. To the F, to the G, to the C. And then you do this cool descent. Another thing, like little pro tip, is I hear this, and he uses it different, like rhythmically, and it's just so sweet every time. And then he'll add other little things, and I find and I'll chase him on his fills and everything to hammer this in. For me, this is a more advanced song. This was hard to grab. I've learned a lot of Grateful Dead stuff. I've been in a long time. This was challenging. So if you're newer to playing, and maybe I'm just an idiot too, because that's often the case. But focus on it simply. Don't chase his fills at first. You know what I mean? Just stick to the. And then when you that bottom down, boom. It's always the G, and so you can boom here on the 3rd fret, or you can anyhow. Let's keep going. So this is the 2nd verse. To the B flat. To the chorus. Sorry if this isn't working for you, but it's just how it goes. So that was another wild card. The B flat part. So, because it's not predictable. It's not like verse, chorus, B flat part, verse, chorus, B flat part. In fact, I have this, and I'll post a picture of this. I'm just trying to help y'all, and I ran out of room on my board. So the verse section has 2 parts. Cold iron shackles, ball and chain, and then it looks at the saying, and then it says, you know you, bound to wind up dead. Those are both in the verse section. So that's what I call, you know what I mean? So you have the first part of it, and then it changes that. It does that descent, which is cool. It's C, B, A, G, and then F, G, C, or You have those little ands that you add in certain areas, and some you know what I mean. So it's tricky. So that bam, bom, bom, bom. That's another little thing they sneak in. So the way it goes, the verse section has those two parts. So you have verse 1 right into verse 2 to the B flat section, chorus, which is where we're at right now in the recording, and then it goes into a little ditty, like a mini solo, which is that verse section. Though you play it for 3 times, and then you do that part twice. Whatever. So that's the ditty. So how it goes: verse 1 into verse 2, B flat section, chorus, ditty, verse 3, B flat, verse 4, B flat, chorus, ditty, verse 5, verse 6, B flat, chorus, into the solo. Okay? I'll post a picture of this, but I was just like, so that the verse 3, B flat, verse 4, B flat. So there's one after each one. And then just, we'll keep going. But I just wanted to point that out. And again, I'm going to post a picture of this because that's what it took. I had to write it out. And even then, I'll use this as a cheat sheet. Like, to commit this to memory is going to be a tough one. But let's keep going. So your chorus, Tennessee is F, and it's all FCG. It's all FCG. And then there's the B flat part, but then it goes to F, G, and C. So these 4 notes are pretty much the only notes you use. Oh, is that it? The B flat? Those are the 4 notes of the whole entire song that this is based on. So, Tennessee, there ain't no place I'd rather be. Baby, won't you carry me? And a lot of times here when we, so I have the arrow. Tennessee, there ain't no place I'd. So you go to your second F, C, G. The third F is E. And a lot of times back to Tennessee. Boom, ba boom, bow. That's the chorus section. Again, other than the where the F goes up, won't you carry me? I might just or if you wanted to get spicy, you could go or won't you carry me? And you go back to Tennessee, or back to Tennessee. Well, that was cool. See, and that's the way, like, you learn your positions. So, you know, and then I've just been doing this for a very long time, so you don't really think about it, but instead of, Tennessee, you could hold it down here the whole time. Bury me. That's pretty much the generic bland version, which is totally fine if you're just a beginner. Play simple first. The key is consistency and keeping that groove. It needs to feel like Tennessee Jet. I'm playing with some killers at this gig, and so I'm not interested. Fills are risky unless you're really firm in your grasp of the groove. If you're not firm in the grasp of the groove, you keep it simple. Simplicity is your friend, and everybody will love you for it because it feels consistent. Everybody knows this is this part of this song, and then we go to this part of this song because you make it sound that way. You stay in the zone. If you start flashing around and doing, whatever, you can spoil that. And that hangs a lot harder over a jam than, sometimes you do play a wonderful, tasty, fill or something, and it's great, but more often than not, and I'm just speaking from, again, I am mildly intermediate at best. I've been doing it for a long time, and so that's why I'm trying to help out, the little guys. And so Tennessee, baby, won't you carry me? Oh, see, I screwed that up. But baby, won't you carry me? F to your F. Oh, and you come all the way down, back down to the C, back to, and then up to the F, to the G, to the C. That's a way to kind of add a little bit of tension or add a little bit of build, and then the beauty of all of that, like, character is to land with the right back into the. It's always neat to emphasize a shift in energy or vibe, to go from, searing guitar solo like whatever, or even like a blues rocking out, to at a 10, and then you bring it back with something really laid back, and it can be the dynamics. That's what it's introducing dynamics as a whole, and being a bass player too. It's good to think about your dynamics as a player, to play soft, get quiet, grooving, but like softly. You'll get your drummer to kind of bring it down. You hear the band, bring it down. Boom, whatever. Dynamics. So let's keep going. See, he uses those throughout the song. Right into verse 4. So that descent, the second half of the verse section, is C, B. It's cool because I know nothing, or I know very little about music theory, but I do know the C major scale has no sharps or flats. So if you're in the C and you play the major scale, it's C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And, because, no sharps or flats, whatever that means. So, but then I know, because I know we're in C major. So then, and it's a descent, and it's like, oh yeah, there's a C, B, A, G, F, G, C. It's not going to be F sharp or whatever, little ditty. So he usually plays up here on the octave though, which would be 10, 9, 7, 5, 3, 3, 5, 3, but the second time around, I believe, the first one he hits, instead of the 10, the C here, he hits the E here. So it goes, and it's not much, Oops. And I think that was it. He uses that off and on. But to know that descent is really cool, because it's so it's a major part of the song. And what was I thinking? towards the end, because at the beginning it's very sparse. Bum, dum, dum, dum. You don't better head back to Tennessee, Jed. He just plays it kind of like that. And then at the end it's like boom, boom. So he plays it, down, 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 and then he goes 5, 3, F. So it's what's that? G, C, little tidbit. B flat part, sorry.
Tennessee, there ain't no place I'd rather be. Baby, won't you carry me back to Tennessee?
This is a ditty. There's 2 ditties played in the middle of the song. Right into verse 5.
I run into Charlie Ford, blacked my eye and he kicked my dog.
Here, let's see here.
My
Oh.
dog turned to me.
He uses the low note.
Let's head back to Tennessee, Jen.
No B flat. Verse 6.
I woke up a feeling mean. I went down to play the slot machine. The wheels turned around and
That was that.
lights ran.
And then
Better head back to Tennessee, Jen.
B flat. Chorus.
Tennessee, there ain't no place I'd rather be. Baby,
Whoops, sorry.
you carry me
Connectivity issues.
back to Tennessee.
Solo. 2, 3, 4, 3, 1. Okay. So now we go to the solo, and same groove, same vibe, same notes, same. The only difference is the absence of the, so because he goes ba-dum dum, ba-dum dum, ba-dum, that's 3, and then he goes bum down, ba-dum down. That's what they do, but like, remember you do this twice, and then you play up ba-dum down. That's the ditty part, which is like halftime. You don't do that ditty part after 2. You play it straight for 4. You do this 4 times. Let's go back to the solo. Just like I say, these are the little skibby, because you might think and that it was that little extra bump of the ditty that is not present, and that's what throws your rhythm off. And then you think, and it's all because it's all slinky, and it all ba-dum down, ba-bum, ba. It's all the same, right? So where's the 1? And that's what that's the cornerstone of your bass playing and in your rhythm. And for understanding this stuff, you got to know where the 1 is, and sometimes we'll play, and my drummer, who's a fantastic drummer, will do a drum solo, and you don't have to pay attention through the whole solo, but towards the end, when maybe if the band's going to fade back in or whatever, you got to find his 1, you know what I mean? And it's all about the 1. And so these little variances in the rhythm, I lost where I was. And then you don't realize it, especially like if you don't play in a band, if you don't play live. It's like if at least me, It's terrifying. You know what I mean? To not have a firm grasp on it. And then the song starts to fall apart. Everybody starts looking at each other and like, wait, where are we? What's going on? You know, and that's what I'm trying to help you avoid, basically, by rambling on. We're going to go to the beginning of the solo again, and I'm going to walk. We're going to go back through it. No,
Back to Tennessee.
second time. Third time. Fourth time. So we do that 4 times, like kind of straight. And then we go to F. Again, just keep it simple for now. He just, oh, I have something for you. That. So if you are playing the song and you're soloing, that is a great time to boom, boom, and just hold it like just boom, 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 and get that building. Because I know the guitar player that I'm playing with, I'm very excited about it. To give him that canvas, right? You're not showing off. You're nothing. You just hold it down for that and let him shine. Go to the F. So we do that for 4, right? You do the bum bum ba dum na bum 4 times, 4 like whole measures, and then you do the F for 4 measures, right? Same. And about the 3rd run, when he does it, he doesn't really do much for a while, and then he hits the whoops. I'm pretty sure. Let's double check that. That's a cool note to hit. It is. So C for 4, F for 4. About the third 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Bum. And then you bum, 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 bum to a G. We'll keep going. Let's do it again though. 14, 15. To G. 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4 to C. 3, 4, 2. Oh. If you look at my notes here, and this is how I take, like, as I'm kind of figuring, what makes sense in my head. And I encourage you guys to do this as well, because this is how, if you want to learn a song for you, you watch my, I'll help you any way I can, but to sit down with pen and paper and jot down what makes sense to you to help you understand it. That was something I wanted to, and I know I ramble forever. I apologize, but I don't apologize. This is what I do. So the music has been such a challenge. It's been such a mental struggle for me. And I've sat down so many times. I've bought so many courses to learn music theory and to understand and to help in your playing and all that stuff. And I swear it's like, and of course, no disrespect or anything, but it's like, I don't think I'm not dyslexic. I'm pretty sure of it. But I swear when it comes to music sometimes, like I try to focus on it and it just, my mind is scrambled. I can't, the minor key is this to the major and the circle of fifths and the caged system, the way it, and then the triads can, like, it just doesn't make, it never stuck. And I'm a hardworking guy. you know what I mean? I get up at like 4 o'clock every morning and I work in construction, whatever. And I'm reasonably intelligent. You know what I mean? But I don't know. And I've tried so hard so many times. And so I don't know. I guess I'm just speaking if you're similar, you know what I mean? I've tried and just like, God, none of this makes any sense. But this does, you know what I mean? And I've been able to play a lot of fun, great gigs, meet wonderful people, and just, you know, it's so fun. It's such a great outlet for me. And so anyhow, blah, blah, blah. Solo, C, so C for 4, F for 4. Okay, and then, that's what I wrote here. Come up to the G, and then you'll come to the C, and I wrote 12th fret penta. And what that tells me, around the 12th, because we're coming up to the C here, and then it's 12th fret pentatonic. So let's check this out. So we're in C, back to F. But I just write that as like, when you're doing this jam's huge. Jerry is like, you know, and so if you are playing it, if you could hit that, like I'll be hitting that shit on the 4th of July, bum, 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 and to the C. And then when it goes down, 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 down. You know, you're in C. You know, just stuff like that. But that's what I hear him using those notes. And that's why I threw that in like, 12th fret pentatonic. Well, you know, because off of that, really just those notes I hear him using. Okay, let's keep going. We are in the C of the jam. We are right here in the 12th fret penta. To an F. So this is the second F of the jam. C, F, G, C, F to G again. Oh, sorry. 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2. To a B flat. To a chorus.
Tennessee, there ain't no place I'd rather be. Baby, won't you carry me back to Tennessee?
To another B flat. Whoa! Whoop. That's on the list too. Ramble on Rose is coming up. The other one is coming up. Touch of Gray. We're playing that one. So, Tennessee Jed, that jam at the end, CFG, CFG, is basically, they just do it twice. But they hold it for four measures each, C, F, G. So 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, right to the ba-na, ba-bum, ba-bum, bow, right to the chorus. There ain't no place I'd rather be. Baby, won't you carry me back to Tennessee? So again, it's those B flats, right? Like that was the biggest thing for me, was put the road map together. verse 1, verse 2, B flat, chorus, ditty, verse 3, B flat, verse 4, B flat, chorus, ditty. Verse 5, verse 6, B flat, chorus, solo. You end the solo with B flat, chorus, and then you end the chorus with the B flat part. The whole song ends. Ba-dum, bom, 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 bom. So, and yeah, apologies for the rambling and everything. I'm out of whack, and it's like I'm working too much as it is. But this gig, I couldn't turn it down, and so I hope this helped. Yeah, let me know. Well, like I say, this isn't don't, you know what I mean? I'm always up for requests though. I got you guys. I mean, that's what, like, I'm just here for my bros. I want to help you guys. I love you guys. Ramble on Rose, Touch of Grey. The other one, what was the others? Damn, Till the Morning Comes. I think it's off the American Beauty album or something. There's one live, or I found one so far, live version. But that's a cool song too. That's a cool jammer, and that you never really hear. It's pretty rare to have it on a set list for a deadhead party. So I'm excited about that. I'm stressed because I don't have any time, but I had enough time to make a 40-minute freaking video for you guys. But okay, I think that's all I got, man. That's my Tennessee Jed. Take care, guys. Peace.